Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to build the house from the movie Home Alone. I tried my best to make the house look exactly as it did in the movie, so as for the exterior, I think it's pretty much spot on. And then I did make sure to have the van at the front side of the house, that the two burglars drive in. I also have the detached 2-car garage, and then the tree house in the backyard. And as for the interior, the first floor is laid out pretty much exactly like the house was in real life. And then I did also make sure to do the basement. And then I have the bedroom up on the 3rd floor, which is where the attic space is, which also has access to the treehouse. Here's the plot size for the build. So this will include the house itself as well as all of the landscaping. So from left to right, you want to make sure to have 81 blocks. And from front to back, you want to make sure to have 70. I gathered up all of the blocks we're going to be using for the entire exterior of the house itself. Here in part 1, we're probably going to end up doing half of the house. So make sure you have the andesite, the bricks, the brick stairs, some deep slate bricks, black stained glass panes, smooth quartz blocks, stairs, slabs, and pillar quartz. And then we have the pale oak trapdoor, the pale oak fence, andesite stairs, then the polished tuff stairs, and polished tuff slabs, the granite stairs, hoppers, dark oak trapdoors, some campfires, levers, chains, lanterns, and some anvils. So these 2 blocks right here, the polished tuff stairs and the slabs, are going to be used for the roof. You could go ahead and substitute this with some polished andesite or even some stone bricks if you prefer to use those blocks. They're also easier to obtain when it comes to survival. I'm going to be starting here at the front side. Make sure you have the andesite. We'll head on over here to the right, over to this corner. And I'm going to work my way over to the left by 4, including this first block. So right here on this space. Now I'm going to work my way in towards the back. By 32, once again, we're going to be counting this first block. So we're going to go ahead and place a block of the andesite right here to start off the foundation of the house. And working your way over towards the left, we're going to place another 13. So now, including that first block, you should have a strip of 14 right here to start off the foundation of the house. Now let's go over back to the left where we left off. We're going to bring this out by another 3 andesite. And now we're going to continue going towards the left, and we're going to place an additional 31. Now back on over here again. We're going to go right behind this final block, and we're going to push this back by another 3. And now to the left of that, we're going to have another 13. So now we have the front side all marked out here. Now on both the left and the right side, we're going to go right behind the final block here where we left off, and we're going to work our way towards the back by an additional 16 blocks. Now let's head on back over here to the right side. And we're going to go towards the right where we left off this final space. And we're going to bring this over by 2. So now you should be right here at the edge of the plot. And now right behind that, working your way towards the back, we're going to have an additional 14. We're going to work our way over towards the left, starting here by 15 spaces. And now we're going to work our way kind of like back, but like towards the front again. And this is going to be another 7. So now we have this shape right here at the back side. I went ahead and flipped around, so now I'm facing towards the back side. We're going to head on back over here where we left off this andesite. And we're going to work our way over towards the right by another 11. And now let's go right here, work our way towards the back by another 3. Now to the right of that, we're going to bring this over by another 8. And then starting right here, working your way back up towards the front side, we're going to have another 7. So this is the shape that we should have back here. Now let's head on back over here again. We're going to start here, work your way over towards the right by 12. And now we're going to go right here. You should be lined up at that little bit right there at the front. So we're going to go in towards that by another 3. Now we're going to go towards the right of that over here. And it's just going to be an additional 12, and it's going to connect right into that andesite over there. And there we go. It looks like everything worked out perfect. So I'm going to flip around back up towards the front. And this is the entire foundation of the house. So now what we could do is start bringing up all of the walls. So when it comes to the walls, I think the quickest thing to do is just going to be to completely fill all of them in. And then go back and cut out all of the holes where the windows and doorways are going to be. So I'm going to be using the bricks. I'm going to be starting here at the front side. And over here at this corner, as well as at that same corner at that side, we're just going to place a strip of 12 brick. So you can see right here in the middle, we're going to be leaving this section of 8 right here. Now let's head on over here to this right side. I'm going to continue with the brick. I'm just going to have the first layer right on top of all of the andesite here. But I am going to be sure to stop it right here on this corner. So this section right here is going to just be a 1-story tall space, as well as this little section over here. Everywhere else is going to be 2 stories. So I'll head on over here to the left side now. Just continue with the first layer of the brick right on top of this andesite. And I'm going to bring it over to the corner over here at the back. Right here. And then let's also make sure to do this little strip right here. Just from corner to corner. So now, let's go ahead and fly up above. We'll get a top-down view. So this is everywhere that we just placed all of that brick. So now, on top of all of that brick that we just marked out, we're going to be sure to add an additional 13 layers on top of it. So it should then be 14 layers in height. Alright, so there we go. I made sure to do 14 layers in height of the brick. Now I'm here at the back where we left these 2 spaces empty. So for this bigger space over here, I am going to be sure to have just 7 layers of the brick. So on this space right here, we have a total of 7 layers of the brick now. And then over here for this section, we're going to have 6 layers in height of the brick. Alright, so now we have all of the brick marked out. And now, since we're here, let's be sure to switch to the smooth quartz block. And I'm gonna have a layer right on top of the brick for this section, as well as for that other section over at the left. Just like that. Now let's switch back to the bricks, and we're going to fill in this section right here at the second floor, as well as this section here. Let's go ahead and do this space here first. So I'll just go at the top layer where we left off this brick, and I'm going to push this back by another 4, which should now be lined up with that wall over there. So we could go ahead and connect these together. And now I'm going to go ahead and do an additional 6 layers right below this, which should then be right here at this layer. So just work your way down by another 6, all the way down to here. We'll go ahead and bring this over, connect it into this wall, and then we'll just fill in this entire space right here. Now let's head on over here to this space. It's pretty much going to be the same thing. So we'll just go here at the top right behind this space, and we'll work this back by 7. It should now be lined up over there at that wall. So we'll go ahead and connect this together. And now right below all of this, we'll just go ahead and bring it down by an additional 3 layers. There we go. So now we have the backside all marked out and filled in. Let's flip around, back up to the front, to this middle section right here. So we'll go across the top, and just fill in this middle space and work your way down by 5 layers. Just like that. Now let's switch back to the smooth quartz blocks again. We're going to go right on top of all of this brick that we have here marked out for the second floor. And I'm just going to add a layer of the smooth quartz blocks right on top of it all. So there we go, we just have the single layer of the smooth quartz blocks wrapping all the way around, right on top of all of that brick. Now, how about we also go ahead and mark out the overhang for the roof as well, since we're pretty much already doing it. So make sure to switch to the smooth quartz stairs. And what I'm going to be sure to do is have these upside down, just wrapping all the way around. You can see it's just 1 block higher than where we have the smooth quartz blocks here, and 1 block further out. In each outer corner, I am going to be sure to also have a smooth quartz slab. So then back to the smooth quartz stairs, just continue with these upside down, just wrap it all the way around. We have an outer corner here, so that'll be a slab. And then back to the stairs, and you could just keep doing this and wrap all the way around. Alright, so I just went all the way around and marked out the overhang for the roof for the second floor. So you can see we just have smooth quartz stairs all upside down wrapping all the way around, with each outer corner with a smooth quartz slab, just to add a little bit of an extra, like nice little feature there for each corner. Now let's head on to the back. So for this little section right here, I am just going to be sure to add a layer of smooth quartz slabs just right on top of the quartz here. Just like that. And then over here, we're going to do the same overhang that we did for the second floor. So you can switch back to the smooth quartz stairs. Have this all upside down right here. And then we'll have a slab there in that corner. Bring this across. Have another slab. Bring this over. Have one more slab here. And then connect this into the wall right there. And there we go. Now we have the overhang all marked out for the entire build. Now let's go through and start carving out all of the holes where the windows and doorways are going to be. Let's start here at the front side first. We'll head on over to the right. And we'll just go all the way here to the edge, all the way down at the bottom where we have this first layer of the brick. I'll work my way over until I'm lined up here at this fourth space. And then I'll go up until I'm at the fourth layer. I'm going to carve out a strip of 4 going up like that, so we just have the 3 remaining here at the right, the 3 remaining here at the bottom. And now to the left of that, let's go ahead and work our way over by another 7, so it'll be 8 in total. You should then be able to still see another 2 spaces here. So let's go ahead and continue removing this entire section. So we're going to have a big window right here. Now let's go up to the top. We're going to make sure to line up at the edge. And we'll go all the way until we're right below the quartz here at the top. We'll work this down by 3. And then bring it over to the edge of this side. And then just go ahead and continue removing all of this space here. So we're going to have 2 big windows here. You can see how this one is 4 layers in height. And this one is 3 layers in height. That is actually how the house is in real life. The windows on the second story are just a little bit shorter. We'll head on over here to this side and we're just going to be doing the exact same thing. So we'll leave the 3 spaces here so we're lined up on the 4th space. We'll do the same here at the bottom so we're lined up at the 4th space again. Bring a strip of 4 up. Bring this over until we just have those 2 spaces remaining. So carve out this entire window here. And then we'll do the top, just work it down by 3. And then over, lined up with it. So now we have those 2 spaces carved out. Now let's go here in the middle. So down at the bottom again. We'll go ahead and make sure we're lined up with the 3rd space this time. And then go up until we're at the 4th layer again. And this is going to be another 8 spaces. We're just going to leave these 2 spaces here. And these 2 spaces here. And now let's bring this up by another 3 layers. And now let's go up to the top. And we're going to do the same thing. This time it'll just be the 3 layers. There we go. And now let's head on over to this side and do the same thing again. So we'll have the 3rd layer, work this up until we're on the 4th layer, bring this over. We're going to be leaving those 2 spaces. Bring this all the way up by the 4 layers in height, just like that. And then we'll go ahead and line up with it. Bring this down and over. Back up and carve all of the space out throughout the middle. Let's be sure to also do the window right here in the middle. So we're going to be sure to leave the 4 spaces on each side. And we're going to be carving out 4 right here. So that we have the 4 remaining here. So now we have all of the space carved out here at the front side. Now how about we head on over here to the left side. So once again, we're going to be starting down here at the bottom, right at the edge. We'll make sure to skip over these first 3 so we're lined up at the 4th. And then bring it up until you're at the 4th layer. Carve out 4 going up. And then another 7 to the left. So it'll then be that 8 in total. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead and line up with it. Up to the top. Bring this down by 3. Bring it over. And carve out all of this space. And now what we just did here, we're then going to do over at the other side. So it'll all be matched up. Alright, so there we go. Now we have those 2 big windows carved out. Let's do this little section over here now. So once again, we're going to be sure to leave the 3 layers down below it. So we're at this 4th layer. And we're going to leave these 2 spaces here until we're lined up here at the 3rd space. So it's going to be the 3 blocks in height like that. And then we'll bring it over by another 3. So now we are left with 3 blocks in height, 4 blocks in length, leaving the 2 spaces at the left and the 3 below it. So we'll do the same over here at this side. So we're going to leave these 2 spaces, and then carve out the 4 right here and the 3 in height. And now let's wrap around over to the back. So once again, leaving the 3 spaces right below it, so we'll be on this 4th layer, leaving the 4 spaces here. It's here lined up with this 5th space. So we'll carve out 4, bring it up by 3. So you can see here, we're leaving these 4 spaces at the left, the 3 below it. So we're going to have another small window right there. This space right here, we're going to be sure to have a back door. So we're going to be 2 spaces away from the edge of this window. We'll just go right at the top edge of it. So we're lined up at this 3rd space. We'll carve out 2 towards the right. Bring this down by another 3. So it's now 1 block further than where this window was left off. And now let's wrap around over to this little section right here. So we're going to be sure to leave the 3 spaces again. So you're on the 4th space. We're leaving these 2 spaces at the left. So you're on the 3rd space. We're going to carve out a little 4 by 3 space right here. Now let's look towards the right over here at this space. We're going to be just lined up right where we already have this cut out. We're going to be sure to leave this space of the brick here. So right here on this space, we'll work our way over to the right by 4. And then we'll bring this up by an additional 3. So it'll be a 4 by 4 cut out right here. And then we're just going to line up with that, work your way all the way up to the top, bring this down by 3, and then over by the total of 4, just like that. Let's head on over here to this space. Right here we're going to have a big window. So we're going to be sure to leave this first layer of the brick right here down at the bottom, and these 2 spaces at the left. So right here at this space, we'll carve over by 4 like that. And then we'll just bring this all the way up until we meet up with the quartz. Now back down here at this little space, we're going to have another 2 cutouts. So we're going to leave the 3 layers down below again. So you're lined up at the 4th layer. We're leaving these 2 spaces here at the left. So starting right here, we're going to carve out 2. Bring this all the way up. So now we have a 2 by 4 space. And now we'll line up right there, bring it across. We're going to leave these 2 spaces at the edge and have another 2 by 4 right there. So you should now see that we have 4 more spaces remaining right in between where these 2 windows are going to be. This space is actually where the chimney is going to be, but we're not going to worry about doing that quite just yet. Now we have one final cutout for a window right here at this space. So I'll go at the left. We're going to be sure to leave the 3 spaces here. So you're going to be lined up with the 4th space. And we'll go ahead and make sure we're right here below the quartz. We'll carve out 6 going towards the right. And we'll bring this down by another 2 layers. So now we're going to be left with a 3 by 6 hole right here. So we just went through and carved out where every window and doorway is going to be. I am going to be sure to head on back over here to this space. And right here, I'm going to have a staircase going down to a doorway, which will have access to the basement level. Let's look at the cutout here where this doorway is first. Make sure you have the bricks. We're going to go down to the same level as the foundation where the andesite is. And we're going to be right here at this layer, leaving these 2 spaces remaining. And we're going to bring this out by 4 with the brick. And then we'll head on over to this space right here. Do the same thing, just bring that out by 4. Now right on top of that first layer of the brick, we're going to be sure to have another layer that is just the 3 spaces like that. And then one more layer that is just 2 spaces. Now let's make sure we're 4 spaces away from where this brick is, to the left of it. So we're skipping over these 4 spaces, so we're going to be lined up here at the 5th space. Go down to the same layer as the foundation again. And we're going to bring this out by 8. And the final block should now be right here on top of the edge of the plot here. Now let's be sure to have an additional layer of the brick right on top of that. Now let's go right here at the edge of this brick, so to the left, and we'll carve out this first layer right here where this grass is. Just bring it all the way to the wall there where the house is. And then, starting right here at the second layer, we're going to go ahead and have another section going down, so just carve out that next layer of the dirt. We'll go down again. We have these two spaces right here. And then you can see right here, I am going to be sure to also remove this strip of the bedrock. And now we are right below the wall where the house is, so I am going to be sure to remove this little bit of the andesite. And then continue working your way down, removing this layer of the dirt and the layer of the bedrock. And now we're going to start filling in a wall right here and marking out where a doorway is going to be, which will lead into this basement. So first, how about we go ahead and just grab the andesite stairs. We're also going to need the regular andesite block. So I'm going to go ahead and flip around and just have the andesite stairs going down, just 3 layers like that. And then I'll fill in all the remaining space here with the andesite. So now we just have that all filled in, cleaned up, it all looks good. Let's be sure to also replace all of this dirt at the right and left side. And that'll just be with the bricks again. So I'll just bring it all the way here to the edge, lined up where the wall of the house is. Fill in all of this here. Don't worry about that andesite. You know what? I guess we'll go ahead and just do it right now. That will be filled in with a layer of the brick. We'll go ahead and flip around and do the same thing on this side. So just pretty much clean up all of that extra dirt that you see. We'll add another layer of brick over here at this side. And there we go. Now we have the doorway leading into where that basement's going to be. Now over here, let's continue back to the andesite stairs. And we're going to have a strip right here in between that first layer. Another section here. And one more. And then this final strip here will be just the regular andesite blocks. Let's also be sure to replace these 2 blocks here as well. Now let's be sure to do the 2 doorways here, since those are very simple and quick. So we're going to be using the smooth quartz stairs, the black stained glass panes, and the pale oak fence. So we'll start with the stairs. We're just going to have 2 upside down at the top. And then at the left, we'll be sure to bring up 3 black stained glass panes, and then we'll curve out the top one and the bottom one, and then have a pale oak fence in the middle for a handle. And now we'll head on up here and do the same thing. So at the left, just the 3 layers of the glass, curve out the top, the bottom, middle space will be the pale oak fence for the handle. Let's head on back up to the front. And we'll do this space right here that we left all carved out. This is where the main entrance, where the front door is going to be. So we'll go ahead and fill in all of that space. So here for this middle space, I'm going to be using the smooth quartz blocks, the stairs, the black stained glass panes, and the pale oak fences. So I'll start with the full blocks of the smooth quartz. I'll just look over here at the left first. I'm going to be sure to leave these first 2 of the bricks. So at the 3rd layer, I'll bring this up by 5 with the smooth quartz. I'll do the same at this right side, so leave these 2 layers and then the 5 layers of the quartz. And then at the top, right next to it, I'll have an upside down smooth quartz stair. And then another set of 5 of these smooth quartz blocks right next to that. And then 2 more upside down smooth quartz stairs right here down the middle. And then switch to the black stained glass panes. And this is where the doorway is going to be marked out. So I'll just bring up 4 like that. And then curve out the bottom and the 2 at the top. And then we'll have the pale oak fence for the handle down the middle. How about we go ahead and now do the walkway which leads up to that front door. So I'm going to be sure to grab the bricks. We'll need the andesite stairs again, and the andesite. So we'll look over here at the right side first. I'll just line up where we have this quartz. Make sure to switch to the brick. And we'll go down to the foundation level and bring out 8 brick like this. Go over to this side, do the same thing. There we go, those are all matched up. Now we'll go up on the next layer. We're just going to leave this first block. So at the second space, we'll have this second layer of the bricks like that. And then at the third layer, we're just going to have the 3 near the house. Now let's switch to the andesite stairs. We'll have this first layer here, right at the edge of the brick. The next layer going up. Right behind that, we'll have 3 layers of the regular andesite. Just like that. We'll have the next layer of the andesite stairs. And then another 3 layers of the andesite again, right behind those stairs. So now we have that little step up area right here leading up to the front door. Might as well go ahead and grab the anvils. And at the right side, I'm going to have one right here. We're going to skip over this space and then have one here. And then for all of the other space. We'll do the same on this side. We're leaving this space empty on each side because that's where a pillar is going to be going up, which will be part of the covered porch area that we're going to have here. Since we have the anvils, let's head on back to this back space over here. And we'll go ahead and do the railings here at the back as well. Now back up at the front, let's start doing all of the windows. So I have the deep slate bricks, the black stained glass panes, and the pale oak trapdoors. So I'm going to start with the deep slate bricks. I'll just look over here at this right side first. And we're just going to have a layer of the bricks on each side like this. And then we'll fill in the 2 spaces down the middle as well. We'll do the same at the top. Just like that here at this side. In the middle, we're going to have a layer just on each side. Like that. And then what we just did right there is also going to be done right here at this space. So this is what the front side is looking like so far. Now let's wrap around over here to the right side, towards the back. And we have the single story space right here, which is also going to have these deep slate bricks on each side of the openings here. So we have this wall. And then this window here at the back. Just like that. This one right here as well. And then for these 2 windows right here. And that is going to be the only use for these deep slate bricks, so you could go ahead and just move those out of the way. We're just going to focus on the black stained glass panes now and the pale oak trapdoor. And you know what, let's also be sure to grab the bricks so that it just makes it easier to place the black stained glass panes. It'll just be a temporary block, so you can use whichever block you prefer. So I'm going to go on the inside. And around the edge of every single opening where all of the windows are going to be, I'm just going to add a layer of blocks so that it makes it easier to then place all of the glass panes. So I'll just start here at the front, right down the middle. And you can just see we're going to go right along the outer edge of where we have this opening here. Just right here at this layer. And that is where all of the glass is then going to be placed, where the remaining space in the middle is going to be. So with the black stained glass paint, you can see just right here at this layer, it'll all be filled in. And as I mentioned, this brick is just temporary. This is actually going to be what the interior wall block is going to be. So this could just be dirt, really doesn't matter. We just need something to be able to place on, so it just makes it a little bit easier to place all those glass panes. So let me go through and continue doing that for pretty much just like every single other window. Just adding this little outer layer here so that it makes it easier to place the glass. And then for the bigger spaces as well, it's just the exact same thing. We're just going all the way around the outer edge of it and placing these blocks. I think I went through and filled in every single space with the glass. Just went around the outer edge with that extra little bit of the blocks. So let's start here at the front side, in the middle, at the top layer. And I'm just going to go here on this inner space and just have these trapdoors all along the inside here for all of the windows for this upper level. So we have that all marked out for now, but I am going to be sure to add an extra layer all the way around, just to add that nice little bit of the white trim around the outer edge of every window. Going to be doing that for all of the others as well, and it matches up with the real life house as well. I don't think I've really seen anybody else do this before, so it'll be a new little feature. But you can see here, I just have these trapdoors along the outer edge. Be sure to do it on the other side as well. And then at the top and at the bottom, what I'm going to be sure to do, let's like kind of go here on the inside and crouch. And I want to be sure to have these trapdoors right here and right here at the top and at the bottom. Just this little squared off shape right here. So from a distance, you can see how it just looks like there's this nice white trim wrapping all the way around the window. So let's be sure to do that for all of these other windows here for this upper level. So I'll do it one more time. For this one, I'll show you. So we just have the 3 layers at the outer edge going up on each side. And then we'll go from the inside and crouch, have it at the bottom and at the top. Just like that. And we'll be sure to do that for these other 3 windows here at the second floor level. And there we go, we have all the windows done for that upper level. So how about we continue doing that same exact thing for all of the other windows that are similar to those. So we have these 2 windows right here. Then this one here at this back side. And then this one here, and these 2. And then these 2 over here. It's all going to be the same exact design. This one will be slightly different, so let's go ahead and do it right now. So, if you remember, we just have the trapdoors here on this inner space. Do the same for this side. And then we'll have it at the outer side right here at the right. We're not going to do it here at this side because this is where the chimney is going to be all throughout here. So at this window, we'll be sure to do it for this side. Just like that. So that side and that side. In the middle is the chimney. And now let's go from the inside and crouch. Have these 2 trapdoors at the bottom and at the top. And there we go. That window is done. We'll do the same thing for this one. So the 2 at the bottom here and at the top. There we go. So now, all these other windows here where we have all these deep slate bricks will be the exact same design as the front. I think I went through and did all those windows, so we have those ones. We have all of these right here all done. Looking good. The only downside is that you do see the trapdoors on that outer edge. But if you look at it straight on, you can see how it does look nice. But yeah, man, I just wish you couldn't see it at that layer. I wish this was all at the same layer. But you know, Minecraft has its limits, and that just happens to be one of them. But overall, we do have all of those marked out. So let's go ahead and do this section right here next. So I'll start with the outer edge all the way around. We're not going to have anything at the inner sides right here, but we will have it still all on the outer side. So we have that section. Do the same over here. There we go. Let's go on the inside and crouch. Have it at the bottom and at the top. Do the same over here. There we go. And now the difference with these ones, we're going to go on the inside. And what I'll do is just have them all going up right here. So I'll make sure to crouch, and then I just jumped and brought those up. I'll do the same on this side. So crouching and jumping and placing them. Oh, I think I'm stuck. Hang on. Let me see if I can get out of here. Okay, there we go. I flipped that up. So we're going to flip all of these up. So now we just have this nice little bit going all the way down the middle. We'll go at the top as well and flip those down. So there we go. Now it just looks like we have this nice little bit of the trim right down the middle of the window. It looks like these are two different separate glass panes here. Does it look like they're connected? We'll do the same for this window here. So how about we just go ahead and flip those up. Yeah, it'll probably just be easier to go ahead and crouch and jump up for the first 3 layers. Just like that. Flip all of these up. And then go at the top and flip them down. Just like that. So we're going to do the same thing here for these 2 windows. Alright, and now those 2 windows are done. So now let's focus on these bigger windows here at this right and left side. And it'll be the same thing for these windows here, as well as the windows at the side at that space over there. So let's start by going on the inside and just adding the extra layer right here up against the brick. And then we'll go at the outer edge right next to that and have another layer going up. And then let's go from the inside and crouch and have a layer just going straight across down here at the bottom. And then after this, we'll go up and do the same thing for the top. So we just have it all wrapped around for now like that. Now we just have to go through the middle and we'll crouch and bring this all up like this. So we have that space. We'll go on the other side and do the same thing. So we'll just crouch and place it right up against it. There we go. So that is one section. And we're going to have like 2 more like that. So it'll look like 4 different divided windows. So we'll go right here and do the same thing. How about we just have them all flip down first and then crouch and just place it. And then start at the top and bring it down. So just all flipped up like that. And then we'll have one more section right here. There we go. Do the top as well. And now this window is done. So that exact same thing that I just did there, I'm also going to do for this window at the top. It'll just be 1 block shorter. We have these 2 windows here that are done the same way. We have these two windows, then these two. Alright, I just went through and did all those trapdoors around all of these big windows. So we have that section. We have it all done for the entire front side. And then we have this section over here. So we'll go ahead and do this one. Pretty much the same exact thing. It's just a little bit of a smaller window. This one is just 6 blocks wide, while all those other ones were 8 blocks wide. So we just have those inner bits right there on each side, and then the outer edge all right here. Go from the inside and crouch and place these going across the bottom and the top. There we go. And then be sure to crouch. Have these going up right here at this space. Flip all of those up. And then we just have one more section right here. And that is all the room that we have. And there we go. That window is done. And now there is one final thing I'm going to do here for part 1 of this tutorial. And that is going to be the trapdoors for this window, which is a little bit different than all the others. So I have the trapdoors going up along each side. And then we'll have it down the middle as well, so I'll be sure to crouch and then just jump up all the way until we meet up at that final space. We'll do the same on this side. It's a pretty tall window. Flip all of these up. And then we'll just go at the top and do that final space there. And then we'll go at the outer edge along each side as well. And do this little bit. And then we'll go from the inside and crouch and fill in all of this space. So we have at the bottom like that. Go all the way to the top. I think we could reach there. Yep, okay. Go ahead and fill in all of that as well. And now there's one final touch I want to do here for this window, which makes it a little bit different. So at this layer right here, I want to be sure to just have a strip of the trapdoors going straight across. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure to fix that one. There we go. Just straight across like that, just to add a little bit more to the window there. So now it looks like there's still 4 separate sections here for that window. And before I forget, there is one final thing I do want to also be sure to do. And that is back up at the front, just an extra little feature that I decided to add on the wall, and that is just some brick stairs. So I'll start over here at this space first. And I'm just going to carve out these 8 spaces right here, and curve together all of these brick stairs. Just like that, just to add a little bit extra here to the wall here instead of leaving it all flat. So I'll do the same thing right next to those set of stairs. So I just have these 2 stairs, and then I just curve it all together throughout the middle. I'm going to do the same in between these windows right here down the middle. So just curve together all of these stairs like that. Do the same thing right here. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing for this section and that section. Alright guys, that's going to be it here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build the house from Home Alone. If this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2. We should definitely be finishing the rest of the exterior of the house, and we might even have time to do all of the landscaping and maybe even the 2-car garage.